I think I was luckier. I raised twice, total $4 million, mostly from Silicon Valley VC, because they understand the model in other country, and they believe that that's something going to happen in Vietnam. So my investor is led by Phoebe, and also Classify from Silicon Valley, and Kevin Ryan. Basically, so bán hàng means sale book, so means book, and bán hàng means sale. We helping small, very small nano and micro retailer to basically selling online initially. And so bán hàng was launched in the middle of 2021, in the middle of very strict lockdown in Vietnam, when all the small retailers, they cannot do business. The only way they can do business is go online and sell online, because they're stopped. So bán hàng, the business model is very simple initially. An application that help very small retailer can go online within 2 minutes and start selling online across different e-commerce channel and different social commerce channel like Zalo, Facebook, and that is how we started. And so far that So bán hàng has been growing from a very single application that help them go online. Now become is a operating system, help all the retailer manage the offline visit operation like the POS, printing invoice, managing the inventory, managing the customer, and now managing all the accounting and track all the cash flow as well. So basically it's now just like the operating system, and everything is simple, easy to use, comprehensive, in just one application on their smartphone. This is So bán hàng today. And we've been following the SaaS model for 1.5 years, and now that we have more than 400,000 visit users. Last year, we have the 400,000 visit users selling $2 billion of revenue. We actually the freemium model. Freemium model means that it's free to use, and we make it free for majority of the customer, more than 90%, actually 95%. And we only charge 5% of the big retailer who can afford to pay, and they're gonna pay on a monthly basis from $4 to $12. And another revenue model that we're having is we are now onboarding massive number of merchants on our digital platform, and we start working with partners to help partners sell their product and services to this merchant, and we take a very small commission out of that partnership. Basically, I started my career as a banker back to the day in Singapore with a few banks, and after 6 or 7 years, I came back to Vietnam and joined Lazada. Spent another 2 years, a couple of roles in Lazada, from head of strategy, transportation, customer experience, and eventually become the commercial director of Lazada, helping small brands and retailers selling on e-commerce platform at the time. So I spent there around 2 years until Alibaba investment into Lazada. I felt very excited with the e-commerce opportunity that I saw in Hangzhou from Alibaba. So after that, I spent the last 6 or 7 years to build all the e-commerce venture. So far I built 4 companies, 3 successful exist, and So bán hàng is actually the 4th one. Yes, so as shared, I work in a very big bank. And after 6 or 7 years, I feel a little bit stagnant, a little bit bored. And that's why I'm looking for the next opportunity, something more exciting, more dynamic, and I joined Lazada for that reason. And after spending 2 years in Lazada, it's just like the startup school. It taught me a lot, creates motivation and inspiration as well, to use technology and to come up with a new business model to help others. And that's why after 2 years in Lazada, I start building startup, e-commerce startup. And in fact, 4 companies. The first 3 companies is more like, how should I say that, it's a problem or opportunity driven, where I see the problem in the market And of course, the problem comes with the opportunity. I build a business to solve that problem. And however, usually after 2 years or 3 years, the problem is somewhat solved. We got the offer from other company for the M&A. And at that time, I see that, okay, the problem is somewhat solved, and we exit. And I actually exit 3 times. And 3 companies that at the moment is each company having the valuation more than $200 million. But the 4th one is something different. So after building 3 opportunity or problem-driven business, I also find myself a little bit lost to do what next. And hence I spent quite a long time to find the purpose of building business. And eventually, before I built Sobanhang, I realized what I love to do, and it's not a problem or the opportunity that we try to seize, but more like which segment of the customer we want to serve. So Sobanhang is different from other business. It's no longer the opportunity-driven business. It's a customer-driven business. So we build Sobanhang to serve nano and micro merchants. They are very small. They are big, and they have a lot of problems. So we are now, what we do is solving from one problem to the other to help them to be more effective and efficient, and they can grow faster, especially on these digital platforms. We have many challenges and problems. But the biggest problem to the small retail store is their awareness. First, we believe that digital transformation cannot change their life, can make their life become better. Their business can grow faster. But they get used to the traditional way of doing business in very manual way. Right? And they do not have the awareness about the benefit of digital transformation. And changing that mindset is very difficult. And that's market education. It's challenging and very expensive as well. So this is the biggest challenge that we are facing at the moment. As a matter of fact, a majority of customers is not in tier 1 city like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. They're in tier 2. And they're women as well. Okay, close to 70%. And the way we are trying to solve the problem is, first, we know that digital transformation is inevitable. Just look like in Korea, even a very small store, small retailer in tier 2 or tier 3 city, they're still very advanced. They organize, they're professional, they have digital to support them in printing the invoice and also that accept digital payment, for example. So that evolution is happening in Vietnam. So this is what I'm saying. But the way to make it happen, we cannot reach to everyone. We need to find the most progressive, the most tech-savvy people. And because they're progressive, they're tech-savvy, they're looking for a solution. So we try to find them, empower them with the solution from Sobanhang, and make them successful, make them become the role model. And then that role model gonna influence the people around them. That's how we try to solve the market problem. Well, they are contributing 65% of a country's GDP. So huge. And out of 100 million population in this country, we have around 16 million people doing business in very small scale. They are family business, they have host business, they have a small shop, or they even a freelancer. They have the full-time job, but they also have part-time jobs selling online. Yes, so there are 16 million of them, a lot in our country. Well, also a lot. Yeah, direct competitor, maybe not, because we are pioneering this segment, user segment. But we have many other companies are currently providing the services for SME, are moving toward our segment. So we are creating the trend, and we also creating a lot of competition. Because now everyone realizes that this is a huge segment and huge potential. India, for example.
India.
India, yes, the country is just similar to Vietnam. The market is big, and still, yeah, and still many traditional business. So this model, many countries has been successful in India, like Barapi, for example, and also Indonesia. Indonesia about 4 or 5 years ahead of Vietnam, and it's been many Warung Tech company. Warung Tech is the technology for nano and micro merchant. Have been very successful in Indonesia. So I believe the same thing gonna happen in Vietnam. Actually, before doing banking, my major in technology.
Oh.
Yes, I was a coder myself and start building the web design business around 23 years ago. 23 years ago already, when I was in high school. So that's my tech background, and of course doing business as a banker, e-commerce people. Now I have a team of 70, and of which 45 of my staff are product and engineer. I have my co-founder, also my brother, is country head of technology and program for Lazada in logistics. So he currently handles tech. So that's the lucky that I have, to have brother and also the business partner very strong in tech. We actually fight every day.
Every day.
Yeah, and that is I think that's a very normal. Yeah, because professionally we should fight so that we can get each other idea more sharpened. The good thing is we are brother. So we have a common, we were the banker as well, and we work in Lazada, so we share the same culture. We build a couple of startups together, yes, so we can find the agreement. But fight is a part of the business, and it happens every day. Meaningful moment, a lot. Time I meet my customer, and when I see they use my product, I feel that my work is meaningful. Or some the other time, just my friend just suddenly chat me and say that, hey Nam, I just got one receipt from the store that I bought the product from, and they have the receipt with the Số Bán Hàng logo. He shared it with me. Yeah, I feel happy as well. And when I won the competition, at that time I feel proud of what we did, the value we create for others, and proud of my team as well, because I'm like the presenter, like mascot, but the real work was done by my team. So this is a few moments at a startup. So first thing about ecosystem that I see the market is huge and fast growing. Why? Because we are developing country, so economy is growing fast and many problems to solve. So the ecosystem have many opportunity and of course problem at the same time. Okay, so that's number one. The second is we have many good entrepreneurs. I think that's a part of Vietnamese culture. I think prior to all these startup things, all Vietnamese people want to run business. So we have many people having good mindset and has strong entrepreneurial spirit. Let alone, we are also very strong tech company. It's not tech companies, tech country. Many good developers here as well. So that is very promising to the ecosystem. On the other side, we also have a few challenges. The ecosystem is still early. We lack of many support, even from government. Yes, all the policy is not was designed for big corporate. It's not for startup, and also funding as well. I think that's another challenge. Vietnamese startup is having a difficulty to access the foreign funding. I think I was luckier. I raised twice, total $4 million, mostly from Silicon Valley VC, because they understand the model in other country, and they believe that that's something going to happen in Vietnam. So my investor is led by Phoebe, and also Classify from Silicon Valley, and Kevin Ryan. Kevin Ryan, a billionaire, but also the founder of MongoDB and Business Insider. And recently, we have TriHill, a very big family office in Indonesia, and bring us both capital and also the insight, what happened in Indonesia, for us to learn from. It's very simple, 5 steps. Now, we really focus on building the good product. Second, we try to make the product popular and reach as many people as possible. This helps us to bring the value at the large scale. Third, we are doing now is monetization. Try to get some revenue, prove the revenue model. And at the same time, I'm doing number 4, finding investor. Finding investor is finding the right investor, who believe in the mission and also share the value. Because now we find investor like we find another founder. We're gonna go with each other about 6 or 7 years or even longer later. Yes, and very last one, growing the team. This is my 5 priority at the moment for Sobanha. And hence my philosophy of doing business. First, can I just turn around? Yes, this is
okay.
The touch, the untouchable.
Oh, touch untouchable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So untouchable is something new, right? Something other maybe scared, are not willing to do. And as a startup, as entrepreneur, we're willing to do so. We're willing to do the new thing, innovate, sometimes taking some risk into that to make the breakthrough.